we just 6 months ago hired Evan out of Tower Hill. He was actually an employee for Tower Hill for a while, and he went somewhere else, and we ended up hiring him 6 months ago. Again, we're getting ready to hire somebody right around this area because we're starting to grow a lot in this area.
Okay, well, as you well know, jobs are important, and I think we need to keep them in the county if this is going to be a county facility.
We plan on hiring somebody in the next 2 weeks from this county.
Okay.
Positive, because that's the location that we need as we grow. So.
Behind you.
I don't have the resolution in front of me. I believe it says something about $126,000. Even though it's a pass-through, it's something that the board will have to add to the budget. It will have to be added as a line item because if we're going to pay it out and being reimbursed, it will also have to show as a revenue. From the discussion yesterday, they don't think they'll know until September, but obviously we have to have that set before August, and it can't happen this fiscal year. But it is something that is definitely coming out of the county funds on a county check, and then getting reimbursed. So those steps have to be
100% reimbursed. And the reason why the contribution is, when they first brought this fast track and all that out, the county, it said that if you could have if the applicant was to donate or contribute a certain percentage of the total project, you get X number of points. So that's why we're asking for that, because at the end of the day, they grade these applications 100% on points. So whoever has the most points, they're going to take probably the top 5 applicants. So you're trying to score the most points. So yes, any expense, if we're able to get that grant, we feel that we should know lead by the end of September, October timeframe. So the good thing is it's talking to Eric, right? Heard yesterday that your fiscal year is at the end of August, so that would be a new line item for next year. Again, 100% reimbursable, no expense whatsoever to the county. And if we do not get the grant, then it's a moot point. We wouldn't. We're still going to proceed with building the reservoir, that side of it, which is only about $4 million. We're 100% going to do that, but we wanted to wrap this all up in one big project, and if we could, and try to get the grant money, because there's just usually never this much grant money at one time.
When you talk about 100% reimbursable, the county's not going to be advancing any money until the grant is received. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So the reimbursement occurs before we advance money.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep, and we'll know more after the grant is, if we're able to receive the grant. Again, I think it's September, so you're absolutely right.
Okay, any other questions?
Just a quick one. Is the reservoir going to be next to the plant or somewhere else?
We bought 50 acres right next door to the west of it. So if anybody knows that area, it's the Holland Energy Plant. It's in the background. Our water plant is right in the front because we shared the intake and the water line with, actually, it's Holland Regional Water. So Shelby, Effingham, EA Water is all part of this Holland Regional Water from 20 years ago to help run this intake all the way to the river so we can share cost. So again, we've been doing this for a while, but we bought the 50 acres right next to us, and that's where we want to put the reservoir. So it's just really expensive. We're really trying to wait for grant money, and there's no grant money, obviously, as everybody knows. And this has popped up, and we're like, let's just do it. So.
Okay. Let's call the question. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Okay, we'll have to budget for this in the meeting. Congratulations, Bass.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys' time.
Glenn, Rescue Squad Chairman, request approval to purchase a 1983 truck.
Yeah, and I want to thank Terry Metzger for giving the Rescue Squad the $1. I should say,
You went half. We partnered.
you partner anyway. I should say newlywed Terry Metzger. But anyway, this is good for the county. To get back on track here, is there sometimes, they were called out 5 times last month. And sometimes they have to go on trails, sometimes they have to go on ponds, it's wrecks or whatever. But sometimes you can't, there's more than one thing going on. Second of all, is that there was equipment, be able to take enough equipment out to the site, which I think this is very good to approve this. And to endorse this. I so move.
Okay, motion and a second, any discussion? If none, let's take it to vote. Those in favor say yea. Yea. Those opposed say nay. The resolution carries, man. Thanks for the truck. And Terry, congratulations and thanks for the truck.
Deserve that.
Thank you.
Okay, Dale, you've got some good news to share with us. Dale Wetterell, you got the floor.
Public building.
Item 6, public building, acknowledge receipt of $250,000.
Here, use mine.
My numbers weren't the same as yours on yours. My sheet must have blown away. Okay, we received a $250 grant to our listeners. All right.
Well, we have,
From Senator Chapin Rose, and I did send Chapin a thank you on my phone. He said wrong numbers. Well, and Brad Howard up there, so we'd like to thank our representatives for doing the work.
and Jared Warcliff's going to administer the grant. We don't have it yet, but we are administering it through EMA. It'll be a pass-through grant again.
Do we need a motion or anything on that?
At this point, not at this point, it's been awarded. But we have to do some work on our part to finalize it, so we're working on that. Okay, anything else from buildings, Dale?
As far as I know, they haven't got it, got the box finished.
Erica, investment, treasurer's report?
All right, I think everybody's got a copy. We started May with $2,134,699.09. Our payroll liability for the month was $63,324.57. Revenue $251,227.84. Expenses were $538,334.61. It was a payroll month, which always tries that up. And then the positive from the previous month, the $85,000. Ending balance in the general fund cash was $1,869,792.20, with $545,188.54 of that restricted, which leaves us available cash balance of $1,324,603.66. July will be our first disbursement from taxes. Taxes are coming in really. We're right along with last year, surprisingly. We got state income, a lot of state income checks on Monday. They are down a little bit. I don't have those exact figures yet, but that sales tax and stuff like that is obviously down.
Will you be able to send that to the board members?
Send what?
You said you'll have that a little bit later.
Payroll, or sales taxes.
And I can send that report next month. It's just state income that we get every month. It's a part of the revenue. It's in those amounts on this report that I gave you. So, and then if anybody has any question on the monthly investment report.
If none, we'll move on to County Highway, Alan Spesser.
Where you want me to stand?
Wherever you're comfortable, Alan.
Okay, this morning I have one petition, and I have some updates from previous things I've talked about. Yeah, I believe they're all previous. The petition is from the Penn Township Highway Commissioner. There was a washed out box culvert that the road is currently closed at. He has petitioned the county for aid for a 50% cost share, estimated cost $9,000. located approximately 8 miles east of the village of Moequa. I'm asking approval to help the Penn Highway Commissioner with this drainage structure replacement.
Do I have a motion? Over here. Richard Hayden, second by, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say nay. Okay. And township carries. Anything else? Alan?
Yeah, I have a few updates. I think last month I reported that a bridge in Prairie Township was approved for a bid opening on June 2nd. I had that baseball. It's actually June 12th. So I cannot report on the results because June 12th is Friday. But it is going to be.
June 12th, it'll be in a couple days. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. Yeah, that is correct. It is a currently closed bridge. So next month I'll be able to report on the results of that bid opening. I've reported for quite a while now about the rebuild Illinois, as we talked, as CJ Water talked about, capital bill and the proceeds that the county will be getting. $158,000 from rounding off. There's some other money involved there. We received our first payment for the $1.5 billion bond into the county fuel tax fund. We also received $684,000 of first payment in the township motor fuel tax account, which goes to the townships. That money, I've been informed recently in the last couple months, can only be used on what's called bondable projects. The county motor fuel tax can only be used for bondable projects. So I will keep you up to date on a better definition of what that is. That's still being ironed out. At one time I thought it could be used for any motor fuel tax purpose, but that is turning out to be not correct. Just as a additional side note to that, the state has promised an additional $340,000 for, I don't know, 9 months, 10 months, and we have not received that. So I don't know what's going to go with that money, but theoretically we will be receiving another $340,000 in the last, whenever they get around to giving it to us, I guess. I've been reporting on the bridge in Windsor Township that has been under construction actually since last fall. We've been trying to get the contractor back there. There's been a series of delays, mainly weather-related, and also the contractor working on other projects. He has informed us that the construction is anticipated to restart on Tuesday of next week. I reported on the Clarksburg Railroad crossing. It was awarded by the county board last month. The anticipated start date was June 15th, which is next Monday. That has been delayed for 2 weeks also, due to weather and due to what happens with these contractors. They got a lot of projects. Weather delays one and delays others. So, for example, in this case, he's working on a project in another county, and if rain delays that project, pushes ours back. It's kind of a chain reaction. It's something that feels like we have huge contractors that have multiple crews that we just jump to project. That one was also delayed for a couple of weeks, according to the contractor that we hired. And finally, the Westville Railroad crossing, I call it the Westville Railroad crossing, located just south of the winery there in Westville. It's a 100% funded approach project that I've reported on several times. I'm hoping to bid that in July at some point. We're still waiting for approval from the Department of Transportation to do that. We have to review everything because it's a 100% funded project, and hopefully we'll bid it in July, which means I'll probably report on the results in August unless it gets delayed. That's the story with that one. That also includes lights and gates, which we do not. The railroad puts lights and gates in. We do the approach. That's my report, unless there's questions. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Alan, you reported that the township had to shut down a road because of a washout or a bridge or blah, 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 blah. When that happens, do you immediately report to the emergency services that that road is down? I mean, if, in case I need a ambulance or a fire truck or something like that, I don't want them to have to take time to go down this road and then go around and, you know.
The process to do that, the short answer is yes, but the correct answer is whoever is responsible for the road that is being closed makes those phone calls.
Okay.
In this case, it's a township road, so the highway commissioner immediately.
But it is reported though, and it's handled
Correct. I'm
appropriately.
just saying in that particular case, no, we did not do it, the highway commissioner did it. If it was on a county highway, then yes, we would.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
What's your plan for finishing the project on the Wicker Road?
What's the plan for doing what?
Finishing the project on the Wicker Road.
Fixing a project on the Wicker Road.
Finishing. Finishing the project.
Which project is that?
We work on the Shelby Road.
We have been up there once to work on shoulders, and we're in the process of maintaining all our roads.
You remember about 2 months ago, put about a hole along the edge of the road?
Has it
So
done?
there.
Okay. See what's going on.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Any other questions? Thank you very much.
No other questions? Thanks, Al.
Thanks, Alan.
Okay, number 10, discussion regarding removal of personnel director position currently held in the treasurer's office. I want to have an open discussion regarding personnel. We've drawn a lawsuit from Ed Flynn naming our personnel department. We're currently in grievance over pay, and I think we need to take a look at and consider different methods, and I want to get everybody's opinion on that.
Okay, speak to that, please.
Go ahead,
First
Eric.
of all, the lawsuit against from Ed Flynn has nothing to do with the HR department. He's never been paid through HR. He's never been personnel of this county. That is my office in my capacity as the treasurer. We have had no issues with HR. I am not a personnel director. This board passed last fall to designate the treasurer's office as the HR department. It has done those duties for well over 50 years. I have given you a sheet of all of the duties that go along with being the HR department. That's a lot of duties. It's the largest one, of course, being the fact that it deals with county money and being the keeper of the county money. I'm not sure where else we want to put that. But there has not been one complaint against my department as the HR department. And second of all, the FOP grievance that was filed was not filed against me. You, the county board, passed those last two resolutions. Bruce Cannon's name is on it as the county board chairman, not me. I didn't vote. I didn't have a say in it. It was passed by the county board. That has nothing to do with me being the HR department. So, and the other thing is, given the fact that we've uncovered a whole lot of money that have been taken from the taxpayers of this county and overpaid to employees for which there has been an Illinois State Police investigation that is not complete yet. I don't know why you would take it out of that office when we are more than doing our job and fulfilling our responsibilities in that department.
Should we be having this conversation right here? I don't know, I think it should be in closed session.
I was told
It's
it
not-
had to be
it's
an
not-
open session.
If that's not
Because
closed,
it's-
Well, the reason I bring that to attention is in the Open Meetings Act, it says exemptions of the public, or exemptions of the open meeting are the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony, complaint lodged against an employee of the public body or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity. So that's why I asked the question.
I am not an employee of the county, I am an elected official. I am not personnel, I am an elected official.
Okay.
My employees in my office are employees. I am not an employee of the county, I am not an employee of this board, I am elected by these people. These people have spoken, they put me in this office, and that's it. That does not qualify because I am an elected official.
Mr. Chairman, it seems awful funny that our treasurer uncovers payroll discrepancies from our state's attorney that was repaid, uncovered monies where you were overpaid, and a payroll of $500,000, we don't know where it's at yet. And then when our treasurer starts talking, you sit there and roll your eyes. To me, Mr. Chairman, you got a vendetta against our treasurer.
Yes.
And furthermore, I'd like to make a motion that you're removed from office.
No, you're public body. Do we have a second on the board on that motion? Okay.
No, it's your ash, we're looking at that big.
Okay. Any further discussion?
Yeah, I agree with what you had to say. You can't say you weren't involved with our decision because you're the one that crammed it down our throat that we needed to pass that payroll. And
She's
no, just.
I didn't throw anything down your throat. I even sent an email to
You don't
our
play
state
good
attorney.
with anybody. Nobody gets along with you. The other office holders can't get along with you. And
That's
you're all
what I'm
along with me cronies and all your little personnel. We can bring in a bunch of people to vote, to boo you if you want a bunch of people cheering you.
You can bring people in to boo me, but I just got us compliant with the law. We weren't compliant with the law. We were not compliant with the law when
Excuse
I
me,
took
I have the
office.
floor.
I was speaking when I was interrupted, so I'm going to finish speaking. Thank you.
This is getting out of hand. It's getting too loud.
I think we'll bring it up another day if.
Just out of hand.
It's not our HR personnel though.
That's exactly right.
We have a right to speak.
You can make a
In here. Not in public comments, then you can. Not now.
Hang on.
You shut up.
We have a public session, item 17, so you can
You
talk.
don't tell me to shut up.
Nobody said anything, shut up.
She did.
Yes, she did.
Pay attention and understand what's going on in the county.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, we all understand what's going on in the county.
I just have a short comment. I mean, we worked together on that payment arrear. I wouldn't say anybody, you put it together, the board discussed it for several months. Everybody agreed that we needed it. The main reason I think we got a grievance is because we had personal meetings with all the employees in the county, between you and the employees, except the FOP, and you never presented anything to the FOP, and that's part of the grievance.
Gary, you said in a budget committee meeting that you were going to speak to Rob and you were going to deal with FOP. I'll play the tape, we can find the tape, because it's in the March budget committee meeting minutes. I didn't meet with all the employees. I can't meet with all the employees. AFSCME met with their employees. I went to the AFSCME rep for the county. I spoke to them. They brought to me their AFSCME rep. I didn't go to the AFSCME rep. You told me you were going to FOP. This is something, as you said, was discussed for months. It was brought up in January. It's not been undercover.
What I said was, you asked me if I present to the FOP, and I said, I will get the information to Rob and Don. I don't even know the FOP rep. I don't know the Stewarts. And I think you'll find out that's what I said, and I said I'd be willing to sit at a meeting with you with them. I didn't know all the details of the program. I never offered to sit down with FOP and present a program that I didn't even know all the details of. So I want to hear that, Dave.
I got one other thing, Mr. Chairman. You've got a deal, I believe there, she did talk with the ASME representative, but then it comes down to the FOP. I think that's where our problem is here. So, leave it at that.
Jerry?
Motion to table.
Okay, we have a motion to table, we have a second. Second by Bobby, or by Bobby, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Nay, we need to resolve it.
Okay, motion carries to table that. Committee reports. Terry, you said you had something to report.
Yeah, in the heat of the battle. First of all, I want to thank the board for voting to get that truck. And if anybody'd like to see it, if you go down to this next corner across from the railroad tracks, turn north and you'll see it on that block. Sitting back there. It's going to be amazing what great shape it is. So feel free to go by and look at it. And although my new bride will be disappointed, she's no longer a quarter owner of a 83 International truck, but thank you guys for voting for that. It was a good move. The other thing I've got is from the animal control yesterday, Brad Hudson, the animal control officer, got called down to Herrick over 3 pit bulls running loose and chasing people back to their cars. Although ordinarily I wouldn't bring up something like this, the sheriff did advise Brad to never go down there without deputy's assistance, and I agree with that. But number one, these are the same dogs that were incarcerated, can't help me, but a year ago.
Less than a year ago.
And the courts awarded them back to the owner. And they're doing the same thing they were doing before. The other thing is, he did make 2 phone calls to the state's attorney. I'll let her stand up for herself. But neither call was returned that I know of. Then we find out he has to hand in a report before you can do anything. What, does a phone call suffice a report?
No. He did call my office. I was in a contested hearing, so I didn't call him back. I was in the courtroom. I mean, if we're going to prosecute a citation for dogs running at large, I want a report from Brad.
And I understand there's one there today?
I think so. I haven't seen it, but I think he did do one, yes.
Okay. So what's the next step? You can't keep letting these dogs run loose in Herrick. We got away with it yesterday. A friend of the guy that owns them got them back in the house. But they were loose earlier in the week, I understand too. So what avenue does he take?
So we can, I mean, Ollie would have to look at the report specifically, but I mean, generally we would prosecute a citation if we wrote one for the dogs running at large, and we could attempt to have them impounded and forfeited from him, hopefully, ideally.
Okay.
It's a problem. I mean, I know which dogs you're talking about, and they're a problem.
If somebody would destroy them dogs when they attack them, he's under the law. I mean, here's 3 pit bulls out there on the street in downtown, and you can't do nothing about it. If it's a Shelbyville, you sure could. If it's any other town but Herrick, you'd have something done about it. But the way it is now, the judge, he's going to come back down there to the idiot again, see? And here we got the same problem. Somebody shoots them dogs, then they're in jail. But if they hit some kid, it's all right, it's a little kid, you know. I don't understand it at all, I guess. It's very, very upsetting.
It is. It is.
And I think something needs to be done. I don't know how. I guess we just have to take it all in our own hands.
Okay, you have something?
Yes, I understand how, people and situations would come ahead of animal issues. I get that. But we are aware of the problem with this man. He's made threats, bodily harm threats against Brad. Those dogs yesterday the way I understand it, they got in a garage, had a person trapped in their vehicle, and we are to the point that we believe one of two people could lose their patients at any time, and we could have a bad incident. Plus the fact that people in the communities near a post office, it's a very public area, they are afraid to even be near there. And if we called the sheriff's office, we got help, got them to go. He cannot go without a deputy or somebody now. It's too dangerous. But, we still need help from the state's attorney's office before something bad happens.
And did you ever return Brad's phone call yesterday?
I didn't call him back yesterday. I did call the officer back that was there with him and got an update. I mean, at that point, by the time I got back to him, the dogs were pinned up, and he said there would be a report coming. I apologize. I do agree that something needs to be done with these dogs, but I was in a hearing.
Okay, but if you're not in a hearing today, is there going to be anything done today?
After I leave here, Terry, probably. Down here, my assistant's in the courtroom doing daily court.
Right, but my fear is about a kid and 3 pit bulls running loose. And an adult too. Adult wouldn't have a chance against 3 pit bulls. And so for you to sit here and say, yes, I'm aware of it, I would like something done. I think everybody on this board would like something done.
Exactly, with you, Terry.
I was the one who asked for the dogs.
Just give them back to them again.
Right.
I was the one that asked for the dogs to be taken last time, and I didn't win on that point.
Right.
So I was not within my control.
Right.
I've seen him out there by shed with these pit bulls. He'd have one out there at a time on a short leash, and he'd kick them. He's getting them mad, getting them where they'll fight people. He's getting them where they'll attack people. What he's doing, he'd go out there and he kicks them. They're dogs. They're littler then. Now they're bigger and meaner. That's what we want down there, boy.
The owner of those dogs is very concerning. He has
Up here in Shelbyville or someplace else, they wouldn't be around now. That's all there could. I don't know how you do it, but they wouldn't be around. But they are down the Herrick. That's all right.
I'm just saying that the owner of those dogs does have pending charges against him, not related to those dogs, but his actions as a whole with the dogs and without are a problem.
There's a shop down there, don't come down, just go on.
You really solved the problem with a good shot.
Thank you, Bruce.
Okay, any other committee reports?
Yeah, I have one, with the rescue squad, and this is to let the budget committee and the county board know that they want to come in compliance with their road gear when they're out on a highway or wherever they might be. If they're cutting a car or something, if something happens, it can come back on to them. If you've got a jacket that has a no rip type thing, I'm not going to say you wouldn't have an accident or wouldn't have an injury, but it would be cut or something. These things are $250 to $450 to the budget committee. There are 24 to 25 members. Now, they don't have very much money that was allotted to them, and what they're going to be asking is to help get those jackets, and that's all I have to say. Anybody have any questions?
Are you asking for money to support that project?
Yeah, we're going to need the money. I don't know, here's the problem, I don't know if we have the money to do this. But it's something that's, go ahead, Frank.
We do have a $2.5 million deficit right now.
That's correct, and that's what my thoughts behind that is, but that's something that we need to look in the future about helping the rescue squad.
We need to look at safety for number one with them, then. We're going to deficit for a lot less than safety for people that are they volunteers, most of them?
They're all
Yeah,
volunteers.
that's what I'm saying, we need to be protecting them. Next thing, when one gets hurt, then we say, oh, we should have done something. How much money are we talking about altogether to say?
I think it was 40 to 45,000 to get all of them.
4,500.
Get them probably a year.
4,500, sorry.
Get a truck.
It was under 5,000.
It's small enough, I know. It's not a big deal.
We find a truck.
Okay, so we'll take that into consideration at budget time. Any other committee reports?
I can be quick. At the sheriff's department, they're gonna have to be retiring the old dog before long, so they've committed to buy a different dog from Marshall County. They got a dog that's young and already trained, about $10,000 discount because the handler moved up and nobody else wanted to take that responsibility, so they advertised this animal and they've been looking for new, so they've committed to buy one. It's not here yet, but it'll be coming soon, and when, after that happens, then the old dog will retire. But they have committed to one. Say dogs, a lot of money by finding a dog that's already trained and already working and young enough to be good for a lot of years. And then also, they have started a new payroll system. When the arrears started, they are now on a different system where they're tracking hours, filling out hourly pay sheets. It's a whole new thing there, and they're working through it, but they have changed the payroll department there, and that's in response to basically going to arrears, and then if you read your audit report, and it's been requested in the audit report to change and account for our hours, basically in all departments, so they have started that over there. There's a lot of questions, and it's gonna take a while to get there, but they are working on it.
Okay, good. Any other committee reports? If none, I need a motion to go into closed session for our collective bargaining FOP grievance. Okay, do I have a second? Richard? Any discussion? Those in favor?
Try to do roll call. Earl Baker.
Yes.
Kenny Barr. Barbara Bennett. Luan Chaney. Brian Kaufman. Jim Sternovich.
Yes.
Jesse Durbin.
Yes.
Gary Gergany.
Yes.
Richard Hayden. Robert George. Kay Carney. Larry Lenz.
Yes.
Terry Metzger.
Yes.
Frank Mulholland. Bobby Mormon. Gary Patterson.
Yes.
Robert Simpson.
Yes.
David Switz.
Yes.
Dale Weatherell.
Yes.
Glenn Williams.
Yes.
Okay, motion's approved. We're gonna go into closed session. They're all public.
First, we